the visiting Miami Heat. At power forward, Highsmith. At shooting guard, Duncan Robinson. At center, Bam Adebayo. At the other guard position, Tyler Hero. At the other forward position, Jimmy Butler. The head coach of the visiting team is Eric Spoelstra. Let's meet the starting five for your Cleveland Cavaliers. At forward, 6'5", number 35, Isaac Okoro. At center, 6'11", number 31, Jarrett Allen. At guard, 6'1", number 10, Darius Garland. Starting at power forward, standing 6'11", number 4, Evan Mobley. Starting at shooting guard, at 6'3", number 45, Donovan Mitchell.
Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports. And of course, last season the Cavs beat the Magic in the playoffs. It was their first series win without LeBron going back to 1993, which is just mind-boggling. They're set up well, it seems, for the first time in a long time. What do you think?
They have so much young all-star talent in Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley. It's been hard to build without LeBron James in the mix in Cleveland, but you have to give this Cavs front office a lot of credit. They've done a great job for setting up for right now and the future. They made bold trades, especially to bring in Jarrett Allen and Donovan Mitchell. They're set up well for the future.
You know they got a new coach, so it'll be very interesting. So the opening lineup for the Heat, Robinson on the wing. He's joined by Butler. Then it's Tyler Hero. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Highsmith in at the 4. Garland with it, and he really played well against Denver. The drive by Mitchell. In the corner, Okoro with it. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
Pass to Highsmith. Back to Butler. And they double up Butler. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Here's Garland, picks one up.
Well, you almost feel bad for the defender here, right? He tries to challenge Jimmy Butler's shot, times it pretty well, but gets tricked by the pump fake.
Hey, Shams, we know you've reported on so many big trades that did happen. Were there ever a few that were close to happening but may have fallen apart at the 11th hour?
I always wait until things are 100% confirmed, but listen, there's always a trade or two that's viewed as done but just does not happen, whether it sours, whether something falls apart. There's always one deal or two that falls apart at the trade deadline or in the offseason, but I try to wait as best I can to make sure that when I report, it is confirmed.
Now, here's Garland. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go.
When Donovan Mitchell is this close to the cup, the defender has got to feel a bit uneasy.
The Cavaliers shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
Pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
He doesn't get the second one. Hey, Shams, you're always on the pulse of those league-changing trades. We certainly saw some impactful ones last season.
Across the board, the Pacers, the Mavericks, they made deep runs. They did so on the back of some big trade deadline moves. Those are transformations that excite all of us to witness. Even New York, getting OG Anunoby at the trade deadline. This is a league that's built on capitalizing at the moment and striking when the iron's hot, and we saw multiple teams do that this last season.
That trade deadline was phenomenal for those teams you mentioned. Really impactful.
Boy, the offensive flow just isn't there right now. 1 for 5 to start the game.
Hero kicks to Butler. Latrey. Miami keeps it going. A new 14-second clock. Oh, and here we go. Okoro's got it. The fast break chance. That puts them in the lead. Okoro's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Wow, that's a nice burst of power from Okoro.
Timeout.
Use your muscles to get past that contact.
And timeout is called by Eric Spoelstra. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about.
Attention fans, on the court now is your hot squad. Get loud and let them hear it. It's time for some T-shirts.
Karis LeVert's checked in for Cleveland. And Miami with a change here, too. Rozier's checked in. All right, Shams, I know you can't reveal all your secrets, but how do you develop relationships with your sources? The players, the agents, the GMs, the scouts all over the NBA.
It comes year after year. This has been something I've been doing for the better course of the last 15 years. So for me, it's about relationships, it's about daily communication, and making sure that I keep the trust, I keep the faith, and I keep a level of respect with everyone that I come across. Relationships are the name of the game, especially in the NBA.
Well, that's what I've heard about you. They trust you. So if they're going to confide, they know they can trust you. I would think that would be maybe the core of how you operate.
Trust and faith, and that develops early, not taking shortcuts. I'm very much for the long game.
Miami foul.
Evan Mobley is truly a coach's dream. You get the substance and the style. You get the effort and the skill. And this all from a skinny 7-footer. Boy, his frame's going to fill out and the game becomes more dangerous.
And both free throws good for Mobley.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
And in last year's playoff, Shams, we did see a lot of players injured and unable to play. What are some of the solutions that may be being talked about that you hear about?
People certainly ask if this is a result of the 65-game rule. Is it the more physical play? Is it the consequences of the regular season? The league is going to take a wait-and-see approach to determine if this is an issue they have to fix. But they do love the results of what this has brought as far as player availability moving forward.
Yeah, they do seem sold on that 65 number, don't they?
100%. And at the end of the day, some of these injuries are flukish. There's a lot of, obviously, lower body injuries, and you can't measure that. I think the league is going to want to see more data over the next 5 to 10 years to really determine, does this rule impact the game and impact injuries?
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Hero from long range hits the three-point bomb.
And a legitimate threat to connect from deep. Hero doesn't lack confidence trying his luck from there.
LeVert the pass to Mobley. Mobley a screen on Rozier. It's good from long range.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
Now, Hero. He had 27 points last game. Lets it go from the wing. Allen with the rebound.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Pass to LeVert. Mobley with it. Bobbed up there for Mitchell. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Guys, how often do you see an alley-oop designed for your guard? Donovan Mitchell defies explanation.
And it's Rozier missing. The Cavaliers leading by 7. Garland with it. Butler covering. Garland kicks to Mobley. LeVert the pass to Mobley. And Garland has it in the corner. 4 on the clock. Mobley sets the pick for Garland. Misses off the left iron.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Butler passes to Highsmith. Outside Rozier. Over Mitchell. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet.
Listen, you give a good shooter that kind of look, and it's going to go in.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Cavaliers lead by 5. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Cleveland. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Cleveland.
How about the ball movement so far? I mean, the unselfishness, everyone here just playing for one another, and that can be infectious.
Yeah, and their assertiveness in the paint so far tonight has been impactful. They're really making it hard for the interior defense.
They've got George Niang. He's out there with Karis LeVert. Allen is out there with Max Strus. And it's Jerome in at the 1. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, we all know about what group culture means. Bam Adebayo says we share the ball, play together, and we know where the shots are going to come from. We're just blessed to have a team like this. Everybody buys in, everybody competes, and everybody wants to get the job done. Kevin, back to you.
They've got great chemistry. Thanks, David. The Cavaliers making a switch here. Okoro's checked in. Robinson's checked in for the Heat. Miami trailing. So, Shams, when the league brought in that 65-game played rule, it sure seemed to motivate players to suit up.
Those awards aren't just about prestige, Kevin. They're about cold, hard cash. And every summer, we're going to see records set for the biggest contract in NBA history. Every summer that goes by, and that certainly has an effect on players wanting to play and players being in the lineup. Now with the 65 games played rule, there is an incentive for all-NBA team and different accolades.
Yes, well said. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Allen. Let's take a look at the numbers for Evan Mobley.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
So for Cleveland, their last game, a win against the Nuggets in Ball Arena. Outside, Hero. He sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Heroes got the game tied up here for Miami. And as the salary cap looks set to rise significantly, Shams, any major effects that you can anticipate?
It won't be like the year the Warriors signed KD. They're going to smooth the cap's numbers, and it's not going to spike quite the same. But these numbers will continue to get eye-popping when you think about player salary, and you have to keep in mind luxury tax and the new second apron that came into play with the collective bargaining agreement, and that will play a part in how teams build, not putting yourself in a restrictive position to continue to build winning organizations.
A lot of moving parts to contend with, but boy, a lot on the horizon. Garland is checked in for Karis LeVert. Bam Adebayo is checked in for Miami. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Pass to Niang. Allen with it. And Jaquez picks him up defensively. Cleveland moving it around. There's Jerome. Nailed from three-point land. And the Cavaliers lead by 3.
Well, Coro is a team-first guy that wants to involve his teammates. Pretty pass there.
You communicate so much with NBA GMs. You talk with owners. You talk with personnel people. Knowing what they do, what is an overlooked part of how they operate their day-to-day jobs with these NBA teams?
A few things for me, Kevin. It is the relationships with agents, with other teams. Are they trusted? Do they have the trust of others? That is of importance, certainly. And how well connected are they within the organization? How are they building their own front offices in their own buildings? But their thirst for information, their ability to use information to strategize, that is something that occurs every single day. Because if you know something is happening with a specific team, that could shape how you want to strategize your team moving forward.
I like the toughness required on that finish by Darius Garland. Boy, oh boy, that was nice. The willingness to mix it up on the interior, so important.
Now, Hero, 5 points in the game. Rozier lays it up and takes it in. Rozier's got 7 points in the game.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
Garland, the pass to Allen. Now, Okoro. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
Well, the physical gifts of Isaac Okoro are evident. Now it's about what are my best skills and what can help me become a real rotation player in the NBA.
Shooting 2. The first free throw is good. And the Cavaliers with some changes. Thompson, he's checked in for Jared Allen. Dean Wade comes in for George Niang. And it's Mitchell in for Ty Jerome. The Heat also with a sub. Butler's checked in. No good on the